Hello and welcome to another episode of the Afterschool Anime Club. My name is Max Newland. I'm one of your co-hosts and one of your chapter co-presidents, and with me today are two more chapter co-presidents. His classroom doesn't tolerate teachers who change grades. It's Max Kostrak.
That's correct. I did used to teach, and it's 100% true. On the mark again, Newland.
Pretty disgusting thing to do to a person. She can sleep. Yeah. She can sleep through anything, even a house fire. It's Stevie Matos.
Yo, you know how many earthquakes I slept through at undergrad though? Like so
multiple?
Many. Yeah, we had a couple of like 3.5ers because Western was on a fault line.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I remember this now.
I also slept through one of these.
Them bad boys rocked me to sleep every time. I slept harder. Late for class the next day. I was like, sorry, earthquake.
Sorry, earthquake.
Sorry, earthquake.
I'm not going to apologize for being good at sleeping.
Yo, that's my superpower. Being able to fall asleep anywhere at any time. Oh, people hate me for it.
Wow.
I love that.
I wish I had that. And we've also got a third person here with us once again, or fourth person, I should say. She is the Moonshot Network event planner and the host of Argonauts and Dead Teen House Party on the Moonshot Network. It's Marn.
Hello.
Hey, Marn.
Welcome, Marn.
I'm here.
How's it going, Marn?
Good. I'm very excited to talk about Yu Yu Hakusho.
You have joined us. I think these are some of our most joyous episodes, right?
Yeah, these are great episodes.
This show is so delightful.
The difference in tone on Afterschool Anime Club when we're like enjoying the anime we're watching is like so huge.
Oh no, it's truly a night and day situation because
seriously.
we were struggling through Tenchi OVA.
We were drowning. We were, like, to be honest, that second OVA
hey,
is like
there was a lot to talk about at least.
It was so much. And I felt bad because
many topics.
I was like, I'm happy that Newland doesn't feel like he has to be an apologist for this OVA. But we all were like, woo!
I know. You got to kill your darlings, folks. That's what we've learned on Afterschool Anime Club.
Here's the thing.
Oh,
I am
God.
expecting us in 2 weeks to be the exact same way with Crown Shin-chan because I'm pretty sure
we'll
I've
see.
cursed the fuck out of us. I'm pretty
worried.
sure I've cursed us.
I'm legitimately scared.
I'm so concerned.
But you know what? Let's. I don't want to backslide. I want to stay here in this joyous moment that we have together.
Yes.
With Yusuke and Kuwabara
Mm-hmm.
and Botan and
Yes.
Oh, this is just so delightful.
Yes.
We are here to feel the touch of a friend. We do know where to go.
It's so true.
And it
Thank
is
you for waking
to the
me up.
After School Anime Club. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for waking me up.
You guys have no
That's a
idea how close I was to bringing a game today where I was like, I'm gonna read lyrics out from the anime songs.
Oh my God.
Here's the thing, though. I'll either kill that or I will be like bad at
Zero.
it. No, I'll be bad at it.
Zero for
because
all.
there's like there's
Very
3 that I know off the top of my head for sure.
Oh shit! Really?
well,
Already?
yeah, well, ones that have lyrics. There's
Okay.
2 that I know for sure.
Oh yeah, I know. You were into the Gundam Wing one, Just Communication.
But Gundam Wing dance. B communication, but also and I can do it in its original Japanese. Real folk
shit.
blues.
Nice. All
Yeah.
right. Well, I'm gonna put that in my back pocket then.
welcome.
Martin, you joined us specifically as a Yu Yu Hakusho fan. You talked about how big a Yu Yu Hakusho fan you were on the forum that you put in. What is, I'm glad you could join us here. These were some really great episodes. Yu Yu Hakusho has just been tons of fun. But you know what else is tons of fun? Our dear friend Caro joined us earlier this year. And they gave us a pretty fun game that I really enjoyed playing. So I'm going to take a stab at it myself.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Oh, I'm excited.
It's time for a second round of After School Anime Flub. Woohoo.
So
Right, so
I'm
you
so
may
ready.
remember this already. This is where I have like a pun, basically, and I want you to figure out what it is, and I'm going to give you a hint. Okay? And I think this one works out really well when you buzz in. So I'm going to institute
Okay.
buzzing.
Oh.
Yeah, get a buzz ready in the chat.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god, I gotta open the chat.
Open the chat up, get a buzz ready, and hit enter when you think you've got it.
And are these typically, these puns are typically like the titles of animes, right?
They could be the title of an anime, or they could be the name of a character from the anime.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay? Kind of.
Oh, they can
It's
be the
kind of.
name. Wait, hold on. The name of the character from the anime?
Sometimes there's mixes things in here. Hopefully you'll be able to get it.
I think
Oh,
I
God.
think it's gonna become clear.
I'm excited, but I'm so stressed.
Yeah. The first one is kind of a warm-up. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
This delinquent spends too much time fighting, not enough time cleaning his room. Too much time fighting, not enough time cleaning his room. Okay.
Buzz.
Kostrak, what's up? What do you got for me?
I don't know if this is correct, but I'm gonna guess Yusuke, you're a messy.
Correct. Yusuke, you're a messy was correct.
I was
Right
thinking
answer.
about the wrong thing. I was
Please-
thinking about the wrong
Please
thing.
edit out the 30 seconds of us
Yeah.
sitting in silence trying to think of something.
Looking at each other like, what the fuck? Where the fuck is it? Where's
We
the
got there.
pun?
We got there.
We all
I was
knew.
trying to get to the pun in my head.
I was sitting here like, I know who this is.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm already faded, so essentially, my stupid ass was like, Yu Yu Hakusho? How do you make a pun out of that? And I thought there
I
was
spent way
no
too long
such-
on Yusuke, and it
Yeah.
wasn't until I started like, wait, you're a meshi. That
Okay,
it
Yeah.
finally
I should-
clicked, but
I should
okay.
clarify now that I'm actually looking at these, all of these are characters or locations.
Okay,
Okay.
that helps.
Okay.
Sorry, so sorry.
Now it's okay. Now we
We'll
know.
clarify that going forward. Number 2,
Okay.
5 alien women all chasing after him. Can you blame him for having a couple of drinks to unwind in the evening?
What is this motherfucker's last name?
Yeah.
Wait, can you say it again?
5 alien women all chasing after him. Can you blame him for having a couple of drinks to unwind in the evening?
Okay.
Did I accidentally make this too hard?
Can we okay, I think
Do you have the pieces of
on.
the pun? And you're having trouble
what I'm
assembling
missing
them?
is I can't remember Tenchi's last name.
Okay, his last
Is it-
name is Masaki.
Oh,
Oh, that's Stevie.
Tenchi. It's something my sake because it's
There you
sake.
go.
It's a sake pun.
Okay.
Tenchi
I was like,
Masake. Yes, that was
jamming
the
the
answer.
button.
Tenchi Misake. Okay. Okay. It's like Tenchi Misake.
This could get messy. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how
We
it
just
goes.
need to have the backup plan of help me remember their last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You thought we were smart. Joke's on you. We are pretty here. We are pretty.
And an
All of
unfortunate
us are
fact of me, I'm
pretty.
bad at names.
Yeah. I
That's true.
cannot
Oh,
retain names.
fuck.
I
and
write down all the
watch-
names
Okay.
for our
I just
current
write down the
episode on a
first
piece of
names. It took
paper.
me a second. Yes, I gotta start doing that. Gosh,
We'll just muddle through here. Number 3.
let's go.
The most prestigious universities in New England or Ayaka's home planet. Oh, did we get a Mr. Kostrak buzzing in?
No, that was from the last round.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
it was from the
okay,
last
never mind.
Can you read the prompt one more
Yeah,
time?
yeah,
I almost
yeah.
have it.
The most prestigious universities in New England or Ayaka's home planet. Maybe it could be and Ayaka's home planet. We're including both locations. That's Mr. Kostrak.
This is a stab in the dark. Is it the Jirivi League?
Correct. It's the
Oh
Jiraiya
my
League.
God! Oh! I enjoy how difficult these are because the sense of satisfaction getting it. I feel like I just beat a Dark Souls boss.
After School Anime Club, the Dark Souls of anime club games.
Oh my god.
Koshak steps up with his finger on the buzzer, like, let me solo him.
Pointing to the rafters like Mickey.
And then I do 100 somersaults.
I feel like I seeded my own downfall months ago when Caro DM'd me and was like, hey, I'm working on this game for After School Anime Club. Do you think this is too hard?
Oh no. Oh no. Some behind the scenes action.
Oh no.
Wow, Marn, I didn't know that happened.
I love that.
Your choices really do come back to you.
It's so
I mean,
true.
I'm telling you. For real. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Number 4.
Number 4.
She's 6 feet tall, carries a huge gun, and by God, she makes a mean hamburger.
Okay. Sorry, the possibilities are flying all around me.
I think, like, I know who it is. I just,
Okay.
I'm working on the putt.
I buzzed in.
Yes, Max.
This might be out of left field. It feels crazy when I say these. Sorry. Millie Dave Thompson?
No.
Or no, Dave Thomas. Oh,
You've
no,
got the right
I've got
character.
nothing.
You're going in the wrong direction.
Oh.
If it helps, it's a pun on the first name, not a pun on the last name. How do you make hamburgers? Is that Martin?
Yeah, is it Grilly Thompson?
Yes, it's Grilly Thompson.
I feel like we were all going in the direction of thinking of like fast food restaurants.
Yeah, I was 100% trying to get McDonald's in there somewhere.
Yeah, I was like, how do you McMillie Thomas? I was like, that's what I was thinking.
Grilly
McMillie
Dave Thomas. So good. Okay, this game is turning out to be
Told you
really good.
I felt insane doing it.
This game is turning out to be really good for totally different reasons than I expected. Everybody's on the board. That's the good news. We're going into number 5. This one, I don't know, guys. This one might be too much, but tell me.
Oh god.
Okay. Here we go. It's a character.
Okay.
This taciturn Gundam pilot fights under an assumed name, and in his spare time, he likes to train first-generation flying type Pokemon. Is that Stevie?
Hiro Pidgey?
Did you just say Pidgey?
Sorry. I don't know.
What do you got? Do you have anything else besides Pidgey? No? Okay, Marn, you were next.
Is it fucking Firo Yui?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
No!
Man.
How could you? My home, my children, my future. Oh my god, my
I'm
kingdom.
fighting for my life.
We've also accepted Spiro Yui.
Oh my god.
Ah! Sorry
Either
for speaking
way.
in your ear. Oh my god. Can't just say Pidgey. Fuck you, Newland.
I'm sorry. You only said Pidgey.
Because I didn't know that you were going off of Yui.
Okay.
That's the only bird I can think of. That was hilarious.
Okay, number 6. We are at
No.
it's
it's
2-2-1
Yeah, it's
Max,
tied up.
Mar,
Okay.
and Stevie. So
Oh
far.
my god.
Okay.
Whew.
Just because she's a Kataro doesn't mean she doesn't need to eat a healthy diet with lots of fiber. Cereal is part of a complete breakfast.
Oh.
Stevie,
Aisha Brand.
you got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so good.
Aisha
That's a really good
All right,
one.
here we go.
Oh, that
Okay.
one was powerful.
Okay.
It bubbled out of me. I was gonna die if I didn't say it. I was gonna die.
So here's the thing. It's
Okay.
tied up. We're 2-2-2 across the board. This one's for all the peanuts.
All the
God.
flubs.
Okay.
This big sparkly cowboy may be a train robber, but at the end of the day, he just likes when there's broad consensus. Stevie?
Brilliant Diamond Deal?
No, not Brilliant
No.
Dynamite's Deal. Not that.
No. Oh, man. I don't know. It took me a very long time to remember exactly what his real name was.
What his
though.
real name is instead of Big Dick Neil?
Yeah, we've only just on this podcast repeatedly called him Big Dick Neil,
That's why I
BDN.
looked so panicked because I was like, what the fuck is his real name? His name is actually Big Dick Neo.
It's Brilliant Dynamite's Neon is who we're talking about here.
What's the prompt one more time?
This big sparkly cowboy may be a train robber, but at the end of the day, he just likes when there's broad consensus. Consensus. Brilliant
Not
Dynamite's-
getting one of these is it does make you feel crazy.
Yeah.
100%. It's so good. You can't get this anywhere else.
Yes. I don't know about anybody else, but it feels like you're trying to speed read the dictionary.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yes.
it's,
Yeah, I'm
it's
trying to
ultimate
write this-
Scrabble, but it's with words, and it
Okay.
makes you feel so insane.
If this is
Go for
too bad, we can skip it and go to another one. I prepared one more.
Yeah, let's make the last one a
Okay.
tiebreaker.
Yeah.
What is the answer though?
That was
We have to
Brilliant
know.
Dynamite's Agree On.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna choke. I'm not waking up
All right,
tomorrow.
all right,
I
all right, all right.
refuse.
Here we go. Yusuke's mom lives a pretty unhealthy lifestyle. If she catches a cold, she might end up sounding like this. That's Martin.
A Chuka Urameshi?
You got it.
Oh my
God.
Well fought.
There we are.
An earned victory.
Oh my god.
Rarely has it been such an ordeal.
In a good way,
In a good
actually.
way.
Yes.
Though.
Yeah.
I very
Yes.
much enjoyed that game.
I would also say though, I think this is definitely our second tiebreaker ever. We don't get to tiebreakers a lot.
We're
don't get
getting into the
tiebreakers a lot.
tiebreak zone. Like I've had to start doing it every time. I used to be that I would
Getting
like
competitive.
I would kind of
Yeah.
like scramble and like improvise a tiebreaker, but now I've got to get one ready because you all are
Yeah.
getting smarter.
Also, this is our first three-way tie.
It's true.
We never had a three-way tie. Oh my god, I'm smart.
I think
It's
you're
all
all
my
smart
vibes.
and brilliant. And I'm so glad
Diamond
you're
Neon.
here. Dynamite's Neon. Yeah, Max. Sorry, Stevie, to make you laugh at an inopportune time. That
That's
To
fine.
me,
I
you're
deserve
all
it.
brilliant.
Dynamite
neon
neons.
dogs.
Oh my
Wasn't that a
God.
Beck song? No, that was Diamond Dogs. Sorry. I'm here.
now
We're here.
Diamond Dogs is something else anime related. I'm trying to remember what Diamond Dogs is.
You're thinking of Metal
You're
Gear
thinking
Solid
of Metal
5.
Gear
I'm
Solid.
calling back to our. I'm calling. You know what? No, I'm keeping it alive. Our rivalry with Kiefer Sutherland lives.
You
Fuck
asshole,
you.
Kiefer Sutherland. Fuck you.
Watch out.
But this does confirm something that I think we all knew in our hearts, which is that Metal Gear Solid is anime. Actually,
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. it's anime.
Oh, on the subject of Metal Gear Solid ass shit.
Yes, please.
I don't know if this is real, but I saw this on Twitter. Where apparently there was, I don't know if it's real. I saw it on Twitter. That's why I said I don't know if it's real. But apparently there was some study done with an AI that was like trained to detect movement. And I think it was like for the military.
This is
And-
true. Yeah, this is a real
and-
thing.
This is a real thing. And like this is a real thing. Okay. So essentially they were trying to figure out how to essentially throw off the AI. What did the AI need to learn? The AI could only recognize human movement if a person was walking towards them upright. So they realized this because if you did like cartwheels all the way across, it couldn't distinguish that. If you army crawled, it couldn't distinguish that. But
Mm.
also, two
thing.
dudes got into a box and walked
Oh,
right up
yep, I
under
saw
this
that.
They
mother.
solid snaked it.
They
Yeah.
Yep.
solid snaked
This,
this
Solid
bitch.
this is
snake.
the
I was
plot of Metal Gear Solid 4. Like, this
I
is...
was like, you have got to be kidding me. That little shit actually works. If you don't get the fuck
just
out of
a
my
bo-
fifth
just a
people are.
box.
Just a bonus.
If you don't, we're
Must have
just
been the wind.
just bring it on. Just give us the meteor because clearly we too dumb for this shit. Like, get out of here. Come on.
We did our
Like,
best.
we tried. The old college try. We can go home now. Pack it up. Pack it up. Earth is ghetto. I want to leave.
I'd like to thank you all for trying so hard at this game that we played today. Marn was the winner. Congratulations,
Good job,
Marn.
Marn. Yeah,
Congratulations.
Yay.
And that means it's time for us to start talking about some anime. And I know we all had a good time. And you can tell because we're all in such a good mood as we record. But before we get into that, we watched episodes 3 and 4 of Yu Yu Hakusho, and this is what happened. Episode 3, Kuwabara, A Promise Between Men. Now that Yusuke's mortal shell has been secured, it's time to get some good deeds on the record to grow that spirit beast. But how can a ghost help living people? While Yusuke and Botan noodle on that problem, they check in on Kuwabara, who's been banned from fighting for a whole week. Or else the rat-faced teacher will have his pal Okaba fired from the part-time job that puts food on his family's table. Wow. Turns out Kuwabara is a pretty cool guy, though. He doesn't mind taking a beating for his friend's sake. Seeing this, Ratman turns up the heat and adds a new requirement. Score at least 50 on the upcoming science test. With Yusuke's help, Kuwabara studies in his sleep and makes a 51. He quadruple checked. No, wait, a 46? That's right. Ratman and his accomplice changed Kuwabara's test just to have the pretense to punish him. Thankfully, Yusuke is there to keep Kuwabara from throwing a punch that would get him expelled, and the two scoundrels get found out anyway. So Okaba gets to keep his job, and everybody's happy. Episode 4, Requirements for Lovers, introduces Sayaka, a spirit world investigator who will surely be super important going forward. She's here to evaluate something. Don't worry about it. Hey, Botan's got an idea. Let's follow Yusuke's girlfriend around for a little bit. Keiko pretty much has her shit together and even gets approached by a handsome boy at school. She rebuffs him, however, and heads over to the Urameshi house to keep an eye on Yusuke. And everyone watches as she almost kisses him in his sleep before dashing out to help her mom with shopping. However, while she's gone, the Urameshi house is victimized by the local random arsonist, and Yusuke scrambles to get help. Keiko is first on the scene and bravely dashes in to save him, but the fire becomes too great, and Yusuke's hand is forced. He has to give up the Spirit Beast egg to save Keiko. His shot at resurrection is gone, but Keiko and Kuwabara are safe and sound. All is not lost, however. Seeing his good deed, Koenma appears and judges Yusuke's soul worthy of rebirth. And that's how we ended things in episode 4.
Bro, you cannot tell me that teacher's name is literally Ratman. Is it?
It's not. I don't know.
His name is not
No, he has
Ratman.
I didn't bother to learn it.
It's Mr. Akashi, I believe.
Okay, sure.
I think so, yeah.
Does that mean Ratman? It probably doesn't mean Ratman, but if it does,
Not as far as I know, but
Talk about like the
Uh,
biggest dirtbag we've ever seen on this
that shit
series.
made me
For
so
real.
mad. I was like, dog. Okay, this was the thing that I did not realize I was trying to get to. The stakes in these episodes
Mhm.
are like cranked up to 15 every
For sure.
time. Like these are what I like to call like OG Star Trek stakes. Like
Mm-hmm.
you gotta, all this shit's gotta be solved by the end of the episode, but we gonna compound all this shit a bunch so everybody's hair is on fire.
Exactly.
You know, like the time limit in the actual episode is like so short, so like, you get wrapped up in their urgency with them. It's great. Look, I don't know.
It's an
about
achievement in television.
it brought me
It
in
is.
on a ride from start to
Uh-huh.
finish.
that Coke is great. I'm telling you, because them writing rooms supposed to be buck wild.
telling you.
I love it.
They got
I'm
it.
telling you.
Now,
Yes,
there's a
that's
tradition.
Yes, that's what I love about it.
As a tradition, we pretty much always say, Marn, tell us a little bit about your history with Yu Yu Hakusho before we get to
Yeah.
So I have watched Yu Yu Hakusho twice, and now I'm in the middle of
Whoa.
my third rewatch
Whoa.
because
Hell
rewatching
yeah.
the episodes last night, I was like, Well, we could just keep going.
That's exactly what I did.
It was, I want to say, one of the first animes I watched as a kid. I
Wow.
would catch it on Toonami on like the weekends, and I would like literally beg my parents to let me watch Toonami during dinner so that I could watch Yu Yu Hakusho. My wife and my brother-in-law are also really big Yu Yu Hakusho people. They watched it as kids, and my wife and I rewatched it in college together.
Wow.
So we're all like
I-
in it.
I 100% get it. Having watched so much of it now, I've watched up through the Dark Tournament arc and a little bit
Mhm.
beyond. It's an all-timer. Like, this anime is
rules.
really, really good.
I was also a Shonen Jump kid, so I read most of the Dark Tournament arc like serialized, which was nuts.
Right.
The Dark
Can
Tournament
imagine.
arc is
Mhm.
the reason that the serial novel that I wrote in college has a tournament arc in it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, we love that. Yes.
They get dunked on
Yes.
these days, but I love a good tournament arc.
Well, see, that's the thing is I feel like the reason the tournament arc has a bad rap is because it gets
Yeah.
done badly and it becomes like
Yeah.
pretense. You know what I mean? Because you can do a tournament arc that has real stakes, or you can do
Yeah.
a tournament arc that's just like, well, we got to have a lot of fights this season, so let's do a tournament arc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like,
Right,
oh, it's a
yeah.
test for school. And it's like, this isn't actually.
Oh no, all the universes are going to be destroyed for
Yeah.
for some reason.
I will
I
say,
don't know why.
Tagashi knows how to do a good tournament arc, though, because Hunter
It's
x Hunter
true.
has
It's
a lot
so
of
true.
good tournament arc stuff in it too.
Absolutely.
I
Like the
know.
whole first thing of Hunter x Hunter is like one long
Yeah.
weird tournament arc that's extremely good.
And I get that because my favorite thing is I'm planning to go into Hunter x Hunter after I finish watching Yu Yu Hakusho.
Uh-huh.
But but
Okay.
knowing I've read a little bit of Hunter x Hunter, I've seen bits of it, I know a lot on the periphery, and I can already see so much of the DNA in this show of the way that they run arcs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only watched Hunter x Hunter within like the last couple years, I want to say, and it's like it's really interesting to see how a lot of stuff kind of evolved out of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah. Totally.
Huh. That's cool. See, I've never seen Hunter by Hunter or Hunter x Hunter, excuse me. I just think the X by eyes. Sorry, measuring classes. Hunter x Hunter, I've never seen that, and I hadn't seen Yu Yu. I hadn't seen Yu Yu in any sort of like order.
Momo.
A baby.
There's a baby here.
Okay. There's a baby
She's
here.
Baby alert.
She's playing
Uh,
with her toy.
It's okay.
I see.
We love the
I
noises that
understand.
cats make. It's so good. So it's like I've not seen it in any sort of order. So to hear this a lot, it actually makes me really jazzed to see Hunter x Hunter, to see the parallels, because I like drawing
Mhm.
points. I like putting stuff together. So I'm
Mhm.
looking. I'm gonna have to check out a couple of episodes because I really haven't gotten around to it. I'm still stuck in like I still watch this stuff. It's hard for me to get into new stuff. So that's cool to hear. And I know Hunter's not really new, but it's new to my
This is
brain,
maybe the
so.
most general art opinion of all time, but I love when a creator makes something and then makes a second thing that builds
Yep.
kind of off of it, and
Yeah,
they grow better as a
absolutely.
creator.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing about Hunter x
Don't
Hunter,
you love it when?
the cool thing about Hunter x Hunter, you have two options that are both good. And not to
Mhm.
get totally sidetracked talking about a different anime, but there's like they made it in I want to say like 99 they made a Hunter x Hunter anime, and then in like 2009 or something like that they made another Hunter x Hunter anime, and they're both really good for
Okay.
different reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only watched the more recent one, and like when I started, people were like, "Oh, there's like some parts where it gets really slow, and you should just like start skipping episodes."
Doesn't
And
matter,
as I was
though.
watching, I was like, "What the fuck are you
Nah.
talking about?"
Togashi does slow moments really, really well. Like, because I think,
Yeah.
like you said, Stevie, I think there's an understanding of stakes in this
Mhm.
show that is
Mhm.
like really demonstrative of like an author who knows how to entertain an audience, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
speak a little on that, there's this idea that the stakes in episode 3 feel so monumental to the plot as it stands, and when
Yeah.
you know that in 50, 60 episodes we're going to be hitting like DBZ levels of like
Yeah.
of absolute like stake raising and power scaling and all kinds of stuff, knowing that like the stakes feel just as real when I compare these two tells me that
Mhm.
this is a good storyteller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I love about it is that it is like, here you go, here it is, this is what's going on, feel right now, let's go, you don't have time, make an emotional decision, get to a side, I don't care, like this this thing really like for like this, it's like, nope, no thinking, just feeling, feel for me, feel for me, baby, feel for me right now. Like, it's really cool though, because there isn't like this trying to make like tiny moments of like urgency or whatever. And I think it's also because it just keeps it all tight, you know. You don't I know that this was not at one time this was obviously designed where episodes are dropping every week. Well, you got to keep people wanting to see it every week.
Yeah.
And they've only got 20 minutes.
It's part
So
of
it's
the
just like-
structure, yeah.
Yeah, it's super part of the structure. I hate it when shows don't do that.
And compare episode 3, Kuwabara and the Man's Promise, or whatever the heck it is. Which, by the way, I just love that he keeps saying it's a man's promise. And,
A
like,
promise
Yes.
between men.
yeah. Compare that to the episode on Dr. Clay's ship in Tenchi Muyo OVA 2. Like, where the stakes are really high, but like it's not really communicated
Technically.
very well. It's not like made super real for you. Like, this is intense. You know, this kid is going to lose
To
his
see
job.
Yusuke like freaking out over these things,
Yeah.
to see Kuwabara
Yeah.
generate bruise after bruise, and like really like it, we see him get his ass kicked,
Yeah.
a lot.
many times.
Yeah, so many times.
and he feels it. Like there are real consequences to each of the little choices he makes along the way.
Yes. And
Yeah.
and
For
the
sure.
the bad people, the evil people are so like, we spend just as much time with them understanding them, and like
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's
and how much they fucking suck.
how awful
how
it
bad
is.
these guys are.
God. I mean,
Yeah.
less true of the second episode where it's just like there's random arsonists in town
Yeah.
and everybody needs
That
to
was-
watch out.
That
What
was
was
the
that?
funniest thing
Okay,
for me.
yeah.
That most convenient ass plot point.
I
There's a
know.
heat wave. Nothing else. Also, by the way, nothing else indicated before this little car with the speakers on top
Yeah.
mentioning a heat wave.
Nobody talking
Nobody
about
in
it being hot.
shorts. Nobody talking about it being hot. We don't see any like little wibbly waves. Off
We
the
don't hear
pavement.
any
We don't see
cicadas.
Nothing.
Anime
No
staple.
cicadas. So no sense of time here. But then 45 seconds, if even, before this dude throws a Molotov cocktail into some rando's
can.
window. It can. We have to
It is so
explain
can.
exactly why. We have to explain exactly why what you're gonna see is gonna make sense. I swear to God. Let me explain to you real quick. Hold on.
This
But
is like the
it's
shortest
hot,
time
and there's an arsonist.
shortest time ever between Chekhov's gun being put on the shelf and the gun being fired.
Boom. I was just
Chekhov just handed me this gun. He didn't even put it up on it's loaded.
Hear me out. If we put it in an ice cream truck, no one's gonna realize it's a Deus Ex Machina, right? Right? Yeah, ice cream truck. That's exactly how that writer's room sounded. I was there.
What is with this rat-faced man? Like, why does he look so much
Why is
like
he
a
like
rat?
that?
Like, as we were watching
This
this,
is a One Piece ass villain because
Yeah.
that's why. Like he's so cartoonishly like this guy sucks and he looks like he sucks and he's just 100% every one of his actions is shitty. He doesn't do anything humanizing.
as Cassie and I were
He-
watching this episode, she was like, "This feels like a racial caricature of something." Like,
a little
like-
Oh
bit.
no.
like I don't know who this is racist against, but it feels racist somehow
against rat teachers.
against rat people and rat teachers. Yes.
Maybe. I don't know. I couldn't stand that dude because he has hated Yusuke since the beginning. Like,
Mhm.
he was speaking like ill of Yusuke, like
The-
in front
At
of
his
his
funeral!
mom,
This
At his whole
kid
funeral.
died.
in front of his mother, like straight up in front of his mother, like at his altar, like, oh,
Whoa.
it's a good thing that he died. And hopefully we can get Kuwabara next. And it's like,
This guy has to go to jail.
Yeah, it's too good. So is Takenaka? I got the vibe from Takenaka that he was like guidance counselor, but is he like the principal of the school?
I believe he's the
I thought-
principal.
I thought
think he's a
Takanaka was the principal.
Wow, that's
The
kind of
well-meaning dad.
that is kind of
Yeah.
kind of elevates him for me because I saw him as like a a sympathetic teacher figure who didn't necessarily have a lot of power,
Yeah.
but
No.
it was great to see him dishing out justice at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how fucking disgusting is that man? Like changing a student's
know.
grade so you can spite him by possibly firing his friend from the job that keeps his family from being homeless.
Because that's the thing. I'm like, hold on. You're trying to use this other kid. You're trying to manipulate this other kid into thinking that his actions will directly affect if another child gets taken out of school. Because that's
Yeah.
what you're doing here.
Yeah.
Like, that's gross. Because Kuwabara wasn't going to have any sort of direct repercussions if
No,
he
of
got
course
into a
not.
fight. Kuwabara's friend was going to be destitute. Like, that's fucked up. You're like, I am completely willing to let a child and his entire family starve just to break the soul of another student.
And I think
And
that's
I'm like, cool. Put
that's
him under
key
the
to the
jail.
stakes thing, right? Like that
Yeah.
is
Right.
what like a lesser show would just be about the Kuwabara being kicked out of school. You know what I mean? Like a
Yeah.
lesser show would just be satisfied with, Kuwabara gets kicked out of school, and that's what this whole thing is about. Even though, like, we don't see Kuwabara at school. Does he like being at school? Like those questions don't matter because the thing that really matters is Kuwabara cares about his friends, and
Right.
Kuwabara doesn't want to see his friends be put in a bad situation. And
Mhm.
And
like,
the incredible thing is we're here on episode 3.
Yeah.
Like to build Kuwabara up as this character from what he was in episode 1 to where he is now is very good.
Because
Yeah.
And it's also because they give this person depth. So, because here's the
Yes.
thing. Kuwabara has bully energy, but Kuwabara is not the biggest dog on the block, right? We figured this out.
Mhm,
Kuwabara
mhm.
tries to step up to Urameshi like, oh, I'm going to fuck you up and fuck you up. And Urameshi's like, oh, it's the day that ends in Y? So you ready for your medicine, bitch? Like that's, so like that's what it is. It's like Kuwabara tries to talk tough. We find out that Kuwabara is really actually not that strong, not as strong as he thinks he is. But at the same time, we see later in episode 4,
Yeah.
one of those episodes where Kuwabara there's an episode where Kuwabara actually knowingly whips ass. So it's
I
not
think
that
that's
Kuwabara
this one.
can't
It's
fight.
at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah,
I think.
it's 3.
That's
yeah,
right.
'cause
It's the beginning of 3.
What Yusuke says is, oh, Kuwabara is strong against normal people, which is such a
Exactly.
fucking half insult. It's so good.
Right.
Humble bragging.
So it's just like so we know that Kuwabara can fight. Kuwabara just can't be Yusuke. So that doesn't make Kuwabara necessarily a bad dude. He just doesn't and then we see Kuwabara crying at Yusuke's
right.
funeral. So it's not that Yusuke, like Kuwabara and Yusuke don't respect each other. It's that they actually have a deep respect for each other, and they
Right.
show that by
Yeah.
fighting. And so you
And
learn how
then,
that
and then
shit
of
out of each
course,
other.
when his friend dies, he builds a doll out of him that he fights.
that
As
made
you
me
do.
die
Behavior.
day. I thought that was so fucked up and also adorable. I was like,
An
you better-
incredible character moment.
That is the saddest way to process grief, my guy. But that's so cute. I'm happy for you. That's the worst way to process that shit. But I'm telling
If
you,
I die anytime soon, y'all gotta build a big
I'm
pillow
gonna-
Max and beat the shit out of it. Just really
if you die, I am going to actually get a punching bag, and I'm going to
Mhm.
get whatever screen printed on
oh wow.
on one side,
We're gonna invest in
your
this.
face, and then I'll have the other side open for when Newland goes, because I am not gonna go down.
We're both
I'm
named
not gonna-
Max.
I'm gonna
so-
go down
A
last.
2 for 1,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
I'm not saying you have to die at the same time.
Newland
I'm
will
just
be
saying I
inhabiting
have
a
the other side
cursed
ready.
doll forever.
So yeah, I'd put you on a whole punching bag. I'd screen print you onto a punching bag. No problem.
Marn, who's your favorite character in Yu Yu Hakusho overall?
Ugh. I
Oh.
think I put on Max's survey that Kuranma was my Ryoko. So
I believe that is true for a lot.
Yeah.
We have not run into this character in the episode yet, but I keep mentioning that OP includes the whole gang. We're talking
Yeah.
about Mr. Rose.
I was gonna
correct?
say, is that the suit? That's a
Yes.
suit, right? Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
A fancy lad with feelings and,
Oh,
and
boy.
an intense background.
I do like Kuwabara a lot though. I will say in every successive rewatch he grows on me more.
He's so good. I'm gonna start crying if I talk about
So
Kuwabara so much. He's become one of like my top 10 characters.
He's so great because he's like such a like let's talk about 4, right? Like how we talk about like he goes in, he realizes that's Urameshi's house. He shows up, and I just love about the fact that since Yusuke is trying not to admit that he likes a girl because he's 13.
Yeah.
And so, but
Yeah.
it is just known universally that everybody knows that Keiko and Yusuke are a thing. And so Keiko's in that house, and the first thing Kuwabara says, Keiko's in there? That's Yusuke's girl. And I'm like, bruh, he's a true bro. He's watching out for his dead dude's
so
girl.
true. It's so
This
true.
motherfucker is gangster. I was like, look, Kuwabara is a stand-up guy. He will bust a cap at a motherfucker, but he will also say nice things to your mama when he comes over.
Oh shit.
Okay?
I do love Keiko. She's a badass.
Keiko rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Keiko's
She
cool
runs into a
in these 2
burning
episodes.
building.
You know what? She gets respect. I always knew that she was the Velma ass. I definitely called her Slim Fast Bulma yesterday. Look, I know what I said. Not yesterday, but the last week. I know what I said. I kind of still stand by that. But I'm happy that she does. One thing I do like is that she does have a personality outside of Yusuke, right? And we really got to see that in 4 because, like, yes, she definitely has the whole like holding my heart for another person.
Kiss the unliving sort of just body.
Ick number 1. There it is. We got there.
We've always got a little bit of ick whenever
Got a little
we
ick.
watch an anime.
But I like that about her. I like that she wasn't just going to be like a damsel. She is a kind of take charge kind of girly.
sure.
And thank God her hair burned off because woo, I wasn't going to deal with them pigtails anymore. Woo.
The
Thank
fire
God.
did you a favor, Keiko.
Yo, her jawbone should be proud.
I remembered that her hair changed, but I did not remember that it literally gets burnt off in a fire.
It's a cool way to do it.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
it
really
is.
troublesome when you have to do it every few months.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that was cool. That was cool. Can we talk about how the spirit egg should have like it was the perfect time for him to release his spirit egg though?
Yeah, this was cool to me.
Yeah.
It was weird. It felt like it felt strange, but at the same time, it didn't feel contrived that you could use the spirit egg in this way.
Mm-hmm.
And also it just like talk about a way to like really accelerate what's going on here. You know what I mean? Like this.
I can always forgive that sort of like plot devicey sort of, oh, the egg can also be used this way, as long as you are using it to play into, the story and what it's trying to say.
Let's advance
the
things.
fact
right?
that it created this specific challenge for Yusuke, and for him to, give him that opportunity to not even fucking hesitate. And throw this egg down.
Oh, and I wanted to bring this up. I saw a thread on Twitter about like, there've been like popular tweet threads going around that are like, what's a useless fact about X that you know?
Oh yeah.
You all have probably seen those.
Sure, yeah,
One of them was what's an anime fact that you know. So these sequences so after Yusuke throws the egg, there's this blue fire effect, and there's this like bright light coming in from the door that Keiko follows. In sequences like that where you see those like bright lights on the screen, what they would do is they would literally cut part of the cell out and let the backlight from the like cell photography area shine through. And that's how they got that effect.
Cool.
And that's how they made it look like it was
That's
literally
so
was
smart.
a light box that they just
A
used.
little light box.
It was really
That's-
glowing.
Wow. Holy shit. That
Animation-
made me feel so fucking smart.
That's wild.
Animation's
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Animation is cool. Man, holy shit, that's cool. Oh, a thing I was going to say about this plot. This is, and also a thing that I can forgive for when this happens. And the reason why I can forgive, like when they have these devices that they set up, is that it keeps the urgency ball kind of spinning in the air.
Exactly,
So
yes.
you like it's so great because it's like the first urgency ball that was spinning in the air was I'm dead. The second one was, oh, you can come back to life with the spirit egg. And that gave us a long sense of urgency because everything he had to do had to culminate in this moment of this egg hatching. Then we get to this point where it's like, well, you could or you could not. So they present this big old plot point, this sense of urgency with action. So it was like with a different action. So once we get rid of it, we're not left hanging. Because that's what I was afraid of, actually. I was afraid that we were going to watch him decide what's
Sure.
with this egg for the last like 3 minutes of the show. And then when we see him decide after the commercial break, I was like, wait, what are we going to do with the last 3 minutes of the show?
Here we go.
And it also
like,
jumps
oh,
the
shit.
curve in a way because there is a universe where we have a Yu Yu Hakusho series where we are like 10 episodes of Yusuke doing good deeds with the egg. You know what I'm saying? Like where
Oh yeah.
Yusuke has to
Yeah.
do like a My Name is Earl like series of episodes where he does good deeds. Whereas like we get it, right? Like we understand and we don't really need to do that much more. This one good deed is huge and powerful and extremely symbolic. And it totally makes sense the way Koenma comes in at the end and is like, hey, you actually passed the test. Like that was the real test, basically. And you passed. So we're gonna figure it out for you.
And Koenma definitely planned all that.
Yeah.
is always in control of the situation and isn't a baby.
No.
Absolutely.
My favorite thing is that he was very casually like, oh no, if you had actually sat on that egg, that junk would have definitely killed your ass.
Yeah. You were making
That
a
was
bad
kind of
egg,
funny.
so
Yeah,
this is
like
good for you.
You were doing bad, so it's actually pretty good that you threw a Hail Mary.
You were such a shit stain that you actually would have to
Yeah.
do this for like 1,000 years before that junk would even potentially not
You would have
bite
been
at least
super
a
dead.
finger.
Yeah.
You would have been super dead. You a dumb hoe. What made you think that 3 acts of not being a little, douche
You just
canoe?
watched a girl for like 2 weeks.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you helped your guy get a good grade. Ooh,
Yeah.
Right. Whoa. Right.
Huge.
I'm
But
sorry.
Botan's coming in like, actually, you didn't help at all. I did love that part where it was like, she comes in and she's like, actually, Kuwabara 100% could not hear you. Maybe he felt your emotional energy, but I need you to fucking settle down because you didn't really grab his wrist. You're a ghost.
Well, he did appear in his dream to help him
Okay, he did help
study.
him study in his dreams. Yeah, which
That
was
was cute.
cute.
That was cute. It's like, yeah, you might have helped your boy pass the test, but you also possessed a girl so you could beat somebody's ass. Like,
Okay,
kinda
I'm
can't
so
do
glad
that.
you brought that
The
up.
episode.
I can't believe I didn't mention it.
Ruled.
Just like how it was great that fucking Kuwabara was doing Chris Sabat was doing an impression of Urameshi, like again with the incredible voice direction and like they animated her to have the same face as him. Awesome.
So good.
So good.
And she does it's great because she absolutely kicks these hooligans' asses. She kicks one in the balls like 3 times in a row.
Yeah, she puts one guy's head through a fence.
Yeah. She jumps on another guy's back while he's on the ground, like fully
There's
with 2 feet into his spine. Like,
The thing that cinched it for me, and it's just an animation thing, is her first punch hit the same face 3 times. It was like a
oh, I
And it was
love
like,
I love when
yes!
a punch does that. Anytime it's like,
Yes!
let me see that again, one more time.
roll that tape back. That was sweet. Roll that tape back, baby. It's
Did
so
you
good.
see that punch?
Let me show you again. Let me show you again.
Jackie Chan liked doing that. Just a quick shout out. Jackie Chan liked doing that in his old kung fu movies. You would see the hit, you would see the punch hit in a wide angle, and then they would zoom in and show you it again in the close angle. Really
Made for
sell
really
it.
solid hits.
Yeah.
Yes, so good. I loved it. And I also loved at the end of that fight, the girl, as Tenchi just went, Kuwabara.
Okay, I have a question for you all. Normally
Yeah.
I would save this for one of our games, but I'm just going to ask right now. Okay, I have the Yu Yu Hakusho pulled up on Archive of Our Own. I'm looking
Oh,
at
God.
the list
Oh,
of top relationships.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Where in the top
Okay.
10, because it's in the top 10, do you think Kuwabara / Urameshi falls?
2.
Two.
I think
4.
it's 2.
Marn,
Or
me and I were
3.
like, 2.
No, actually, I think it's 3.
3? Marn
gonna
says
say
3.
2.
I heard Max say 4. Stevie, what are you at?
2. I'm at 2.
6, unfortunately.
Ooh.
6 is still pretty up there, but my guess was that it was a little lower down because we've got Hiei, we've got Kurama,
Yeah.
Like there's so
That's
many
true.
Hiei
characters
slash
that people
Kurama
wanna
is number
think
one.
about and write
That
about
was
in that
that was what I
show.
thought.
Hiei slash Kurama's number
Kurama
one with
Hiei
a
is-
bullet, dude, with
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
500 fics on the next one.
100%.
That makes
we will
sense
not
to
get
me.
to the episodes that make that clear, but I think I
Literally
see where people got it.
500 more works than the canon ship of Yusuke slash Keiko.
Okay. I didn't think Yusuke and Keiko would be up that high.
It's number
I,
two.
yeah, I
It's
honestly,
crazy
I'm
to me.
surprised.
That's crazy because everyone was sure like Yusuke Keiko broke.
Boring.
Broke.
I do like the like
Give me this
Yusuke
shirtless
Kuromaru
short man.
woke. Give me my friends to my enemies to lovers. Give it to me. Truly. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
yeah, these were two really good episodes. I know we're not going to get into like the main stuff that everybody remembers about Yu Yu Hakusho by the time we're done with it on Anime Club season 2, but like
We're not going to get to Hiei or Kurama yet, unfortunately. I think that's when you really like.
You might.
Not in the next 2 episodes, but if we were to do, if next season we come
Oh,
back
that's
to
true.
it,
Yeah, I think they show up in fucking like episode 7.
it's like
Oh.
it's 7 or 8. I think
this
I remember I was
keeps
watching
happening
it.
to us. Like,
Yeah, I know. Because I have so many words to say about Hiei when we get there.
Yeah.
A real
I'm
Vegeta.
excited. A real Vegeta.
Yeah, they show up in episode 6, so you will.
Oh, we will?
shit.
That might be-
Okay, here
Okay.
we go.
Yeah.
And we got
That's
some
exciting,
good
that's
stuff to
hell
look forward to.
yes.
Yeah. Oh man. Can we talk about how his mom was like, "Oh, he's not dead. I'm not grieving anymore."
It's
Yeah, I'm
fine.
good.
Time to party and not do any cleaning.
Oh, I don't actually have to
Piling
be a
garbage
parent.
on my dead son.
Yeah, on my barely living son. Oh, my son's in a coma, but also doesn't need any sort of caretaking. Whatever. Okay, cool. I'm practically single again. Bye.
I just gotta say, it's another one of those moments where it's like, wow, these are complicated characters, huh? You know, because I was
Yeah, well,
so
Like honestly,
It's been 2
Good.
weeks. Are you taking the trash out, or are you?
Atsuko was so sympathetic in those first 2 episodes. Like I was really feeling for her. And then you see what really happens in situations like this kind of happen. I feel like that's a very real, true to life kind of feel, is like if you have a parent in a situation who is not necessarily a very responsible person, they might kind of backslide once they realize the pressure is off a little bit.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's also like a bigger indication too of like, because we see the one exchange we see between Urameshi and Atsuko is her like, I mean, I don't like that. I mean, I that's a bigger conversation about the time and all sort of stuff, but like he was the one who kind of like also kind of had to parent her a little bit. Like you've been
Oh,
when
yeah.
he comes home, he's like, you've been in bed all day. And she's
Mhm.
like, go out and give me something. And he's like, or you could do it yourself. And it's like, yes, that could come off as that's a bad kid, but it could come off as he might be the person who has to keep the house in order. Or
Yeah.
like he might be the person, he's pretty independent, not because he wants to be, but because
because
his
this is
parent is
necessary
emotionally
for
negligent.
survival. Yeah.
Yeah, his mom's negligent. And it's just like that's real too. So it's like, of course, you know, her negligency wouldn't stop just because her child
No,
has
of course
died.
not.
It would absolutely get worse
Or
because
or
she's
you
never
could
had
see,
to take care of herself.
you could see all of these worlds as possible, right? Where like
Right.
and I mean, this is also like, talk about TMI situations. Like this is a very real dynamic that happens in the real world, and I think that goes a
Mhm,
long
yeah.
way towards establishing those stakes that we were talking about.
Yes.
Like, Yusuke is not
Mhm.
a delinquent just because he needs to be a delinquent for the story. Like he has been
Starts
failed.
very
Yeah.
grounded.
He has been failed by
Mhm.
his teachers, his mother, every relationship in his life except for perhaps Keiko is extremely dysfunctional. And even though I shouldn't even be hedging like that.
No,
His
yeah,
relationship
yeah.
with Keiko is very dysfunctional. Like
Dysfunctional. Right.
there are no supportive environments for this kid. And
Yeah.
what do you think is going to happen to a child, a 14-year-old child who has no supportive environments? Of course he's going to turn into kind of
Yeah.
a punk.
Absolutely.
And like the understanding being demonstrated here by the author is like, it goes such a long way to making these characters feel so real.
Yeah,
Right.
I feel like Togashi is like really specifically good at writing like parent and mentor characters who kind of suck. Like that is a recurring
They're
thing.
real people, and real people are messy and weird and have like strange compunctions that you
Absolutely.
don't understand.
Yeah.
If I think any story like this, especially if you have a character, and we're going to see this again later in the series a few times over, is when we have a mentor, they are a human being. They are not like, they are not God.
It's
Right.
not Kami, right? It's not King Kai, who is just kind of a joke. It's not like
I would say King Kai's pretty flawed.
well, King Kai.
He might be the most human person in Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, it's a bad example. It's a bad example. But there's more depth there. Is I guess the point that I'm making.
Well, I mean, it's like, for example, like I'm thinking about like somebody who's the same age, Usagi Tsukino, like her home dynamic versus, you know, Yusuke's
She had an
home
annoying
dynamic.
little brother,
And she had a mom who was like up her ass about grades. And she had a dad who like supported her, but also like maintained discipline. So it's like, it's not like, you know, I don't know if they were, I mean, they were contemporaries, but I don't know if they were looking at each other's work, right? Whatever. But like, we've seen
They're
both
married.
sides of this dynamic.
I don't know. I should tell you this, like literally.
Oh, they're married?
Literally, Togashi, the guy who made.
Yeah,
in real life they are married.
Those two mangaka are married, in fact. Yes.
Yeah.
In real life.
Okay, first of all, that was last year.
That was last year. You're
Contract, don't be trying to come at me like, how
completely
did
fair.
That was last year. That was 24 episodes ago. You better take a fucking seat. You know, I can't remember what I did 2 hours ago, much less like 2 months ago. If you don't get out of my face.
Fair. We've done a lot of anime.
It's
We've
true.
done a lot of
We have.
anime. There's been 3 animes since then. 4. I don't fucking know.
That's how I
More
measure
than
all
one.
time now.
How many
2 animes ago.
2 animes ago.
I haven't thought about you for 6 animes.
I mean, truly. But like that's the thing, right? I mean, I love the fact that it's like, oh, they're married. But like it's just like, yeah, that's the thing. Like he's showing I mean, probably maybe intentionally, maybe not intentionally, but also talking about the real. I mean, not that her parents aren't people, like they're obviously humans, but they're not necessarily real people that overly influence Usagi's life. Like they're just
Right.
parents. They're parent A
They're
and
almost
parent
bit
B.
characters. I mean, they're really
Yeah,
like,
they are.
at least in the episodes we watched, they're almost non-existent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
And that holistic approach that Togashi takes with the characters in Yu Yu Hakusho, I mean, it so far it has just been such a joy to like really. It feels like the characters are so fleshed out that it feels like reading a novel almost, right? Like it feels like there's something. It feels like we're going a level deeper than we usually go with character in this show, and I think that's just. I don't know. It just comes with the territory. Like this,
It almost makes it feel ahead of its time to
Yeah.
me. It feels
Yeah.
like
A little bit, yeah.
an anime that is more diligently written.
I get that vibe
Yeah.
too.
It is based off of a manga, but
I was gonna
Yeah.
say Marn as one of the other like OG Shonen Jump like otakus, a la the old early 2000 terms, because I was one of those. How do you feel about that? Like, would you agree? Would you disagree? Would you say maybe not? How do you feel about that? Because that's how
I think like compared to, I'm trying to think of what else was like serializing in Shonen Jump at the time that I was reading it, which I think it was like Shaman King.
It's like,
and
it was definitely
Naruto.
Shaman King for sure. Shaman King and Naruto. That was probably one. There was probably a little bit of One Piece that may have been.
Yeah,
different
definitely One Piece. Yeah, and I feel like compared to stuff like that, there is a lot more immediate depth of character, and like, especially because the first like couple mini arcs focus in so tightly on like being a slice of life story, and it's like you get to just sit with those characters and like the stakes are
Ooh.
what's happening in their lives and not
Yeah.
like we have to go fight some rival ninjas.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
that's a great point actually, because a lot of shonen anime kind of flip that,
Uh-huh.
where like imagine Dragon Ball Z, right? The iconic shonen anime. It opens with fighting. It doesn't open with an exploration of Goku and Piccolo and Gohan and all of it. Gets to that, but it opens with Gohan has been kidnapped. We got to fight to get him back. And then we start exploring the characters and what their relationships mean to each other. Whereas Yu Yu Hakusho, totally the opposite. We're opening on what these characters' relationships mean.
Yeah, which is what's gonna make the fights so good.
Yes,
exactly.
Like that's the thing is we are building up to some of my new favorite anime fights because it's gonna have the weight of history behind it.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho is like, you will care about these characters, and then they are gonna get the shit beaten out of them.
And they really get the shit beat out of them.
You are going to be pushed to the brink of your emotional capacity. If you don't cry, I have not written hard enough. Like that's
literally
what it is. It's like
I'm serious. You write a show like this. Your characters, they have to get their asses kicked really bad. I think that's like part of the draw.
This is one of the like things they tell you about writing characters, right? Is that you have to put them in stressful situations.
To put them in a little box and shake the box.
Yeah, you gotta turn the heat up, man. You gotta put the pressure on.
You've gotta play the Sims with your characters. You've gotta box them into a room. You've got to take away the windows and take away the doors and look at it in top-down mode, and then hit your stopwatch and see how long it takes for the sad clown to come.
Yeah. And what if a little fire starts in there? Not a big deal. Let's see what happens.
Take the ladders out of the pool.
An arsonist?
Yeah, take the ladders out of the pool.
There's an arsonist who throws a can.
A can over the wall. Make a little fire.
Two object moments real quick here. The can, arson. Also, the moment I want to say it out loud of Kuwabara while he's studying, he is eating his little hot dog octopus, one of my favorite Japanese cultural staples, and with his pencils, but he's doing it. He's not using like the dull side or the eraser side of his pencils. He is picking them up by the lead, using them like chopsticks. It's such a good, quick little like visual storytelling moment of how hard he's studying.
I know.
So
oh
fun.
My gosh, that was so great. I liked that whole. I was very touched by Kuwabara studying really hard.
Me too.
I was like, oh,
that added to it. That was the hardest thing that you could have asked Kuwabara to do. To get beat up, he looks like he's built for it. Honestly, to make him study really hard, I think that was the mountain he had to climb.
He got a 7 on the last test.
He got a 7. Can we? Okay, hold on.
Also, the wonderful joke of Yusuke only getting a 12. Acting all fucking superior.
He was like, oh, well, I am smarter than him because I got a 12. I was like, bitch, you still got a
You answered one more question correctly.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Can we talk about this grading system? Is this grading system in fucking Celsius or something?
It's Celsius.
I remember from school that like
no.
American school is like super easy compared to like other countries, and like in other countries you're supposed to get like, if you get 100 on a test in like Europe or Japan, it's like you cheated 100%. Like there's no way you're gonna do that. Like in America you were expected to get like 90s and 100s. In other countries, if you get 90, 100, it's like you are absolute top of class.
You're the prodigy, right? You're the head, you're the class president, and there's an arc about you.
Every test is designed to like weed people out. Like they're supposed to be crazy hard. Nobody gets more than like a 70, 80 kind of vibe. So like asking him to get a 50 is like pretty big. That would be like asking a failing student to get like a C, basically.
That's valid. I mean, look, you said that. You were like, well, you know, I mean, you didn't say it like this, but I was like, that's right. Americans are real goddamn stupid. We don't know where we are most of the time. You're right. Americans are pretty fucking dumb. I forgot about that for like 2 seconds as I made a whole Celsius joke about a 50. So,
but hey, look, it's a good Celsius joke. I liked that.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Real recognizes real. My prankster's gambit is on point today. So I think it's the first one of the season. I'm so proud. No, you said abscond 1 week. No, you said abscond 1 week.
No,
we're not doing this.
Do you think that Kuwabara cut those little octopuses himself?
No, I choose to believe I don't know anything about his home life, but I choose to believe he has a mom who loves him.
Oh my
like,
god, no, actually I
tremendously.
know.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Do you
find
think
out about his home life later?
we do learn about his home life, and there is a character who I'm imagining does not do that, actually.
That's what I was thinking.
That would be insane if it turned out that...
Wow.
That's why I was like, surely he did it himself, right?
Everybody needs someone in their lives who will cut their hot dogs into little octopuses.
And then fry them. Look, that's so good. Have we ever had fried bologna sandwiches?
Oh my god, fried bologna sandwich is so fucking good.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on. Did I just look at everybody and go like, what's fried
No,
bologna
no, no,
sandwich?
no.
Yo.
No. I've had fried bologna.
It's like just as good as fried
I'm an
Spam.
American.
Like those are the two things.
No, I've never, but I was a picky eater as a kid.
Okay, Marn, here's the thing. When you do a fried bologna sandwich, don't do any of that bullshit like Oscar Mayer bologna. No. What you want to do is you want to go and you want to get the thick bologna with the red strip around it, like to hold it instead of like a sausage casing, because you have to take that off and you want to fry that. That's the bologna. I'm telling you, that bologna is so good.
I'm internalizing this.
Yes. And like, because essentially it's like you're doing it like a grilled cheese sandwich, but you're frying some bologna and you're putting it between the cheese.
Would you like
Such
to
a
make
good kid
fried
snack.
bologna sandwich your active quest? Click R3 to display your quest log.
But all that to say, the hot dogs.
It's got one of those blue
Remember to
plus
cook and
marks
eat
on
food
it.
to bring your energy up. It also provides benefits.
A little
like
image
buffs
came
or
up when you
stats.
selected it.
If you ever find yourself running up against a fight you can't win, make sure to stop and eat a fresh fried bologna sandwich.
Bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
+1 defense, I'm telling you. Yo, those are so good. But like little fried hot dogs, that would be so cute. I've actually never had octopus wieners. I might try to make me some this weekend.
I don't think I have either. I've seen it so much in different media. I know it's a thing. You can buy a tool that cuts it. Like you can.
That's why I'm looking at y'all. That's why I'm looking at y'all like y'all foolish. You do know that all you need is a paring knife.
Well,
You just want a gadget, Newland. Is that what that
well,
is?
you can get a gadget. I just think the gadget is funny. I think it's funny
what's
to get
this
a gadget.
for? Oh,
for
this is
something
my
like that, you know?
this is my hot dog octopus.
This is my hot dog octopizer.
This is just for cutting my hot dogs.
My hot dog.
Nothing else.
Oh, jeez.
Welcome to Shark Tank.
I'm gonna die here.
Title of the episode.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Welcome
Yeah,
to Shark
there it
Tank.
is. Hot dog octopus. Welcome to Shark Tank.
Does anybody have any more notes
God,
about
that's all
Yu
I've
Yu
got.
Hakusho?
I
We're
know.
running out.
I
Okay.
think
These
that's
were
all
good
I got.
episodes.
They were sweet. They were really endearing.
They were
really
so
endearing
sweet.
episodes.
So
They were
sweet,
so
so
good.
fun.
They were really good.
They were,
Mhm.
yeah.
Super good.
Great
If you're
writing.
listening and you're like, I haven't seen Yu Yu Hakusho in a while, and I'm not watching it alongside the club, please correct
it.
that. Go watch this show.
Yeah. Watch the show. It's amazing.
It's on
Yeah,
Hulu. It's
legitimately.
on Hulu. Like look, if you've got Spotify Premium, you got Hulu. You got cheap Hulu. Like if you have anything else, you probably got Hulu knowing your ass. So just
I've even
fucking
heard
watch
that you
it.
can
It's on
find it
Hulu.
for free
Like,
online somewhere. But, yeah, I didn't say anything.
Probably can.
Well, Internet Archive usually has like broadcast
Mm-hmm.
databases. If you
Oh, the original
yeah,
broadcast.
if you
Go
can't
find
get
yourself
if you
a
don't want to pay for
Toonami.
like Funimation, Crunchyroll, or Hulu or whatever, then you can probably
Yeah.
find it on Internet
Mhm.
Archive, and it's totally legal.
Yeah.
Marn, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
I would love to know more about your podcast. What are they? What are they like?
Yeah, so I co-host at Teen House Party. We talk about like slasher movies and TV shows starring teens. We have a mini series coming up that we're about like literally tomorrow we're gonna record the last episode of talking about the Fear Street movies
Hell
on
yes.
Netflix.
Yeah.
We heard from
I love those
Jacqueline.
movies.
Jacqueline in the last
Yes.
episode
So
teased
excited
that.
for
So
that.
like, if you heard Jacqueline talking about that and we're like, hell yes, you should definitely subscribe to
We're gonna
Dead
hell
Times Party.
yes it again. Hell yes. Hell yes.
I also co-host Argonauts, which we talk about alternate reality games. We
I get
haven't
it.
done that in a while, but we have a new episode coming out tomorrow. We took like the month off in January to do some episodes that weren't about ARGs. But we recently did the one that we did the most recently, that won't be the most recent once this episode comes out, is we talked about the official ARG of the 2008, I think, Olympics, which was called Find the Lost
Are you
Ring,
kidding me?
and it was oh yeah, it was funded by
What?
oh yeah.
How are there so many of these? Every time an episode drops,
it was
I see
it
in the
was
feed, I'm like,
funded by
what-
McDonald's.
Who?
Oh my god.
How many? Were
It
there
was to
entire
promote the
teams of
2008
people
Olympics.
that were just ARG guys?
No, I wish to God it was.
Is ARGs just the MLMs of video games? Please. Okay, let me get off this motherfucking
Is
Wow.
that part of the ARG? Follow
What
the
do
money.
you mean? It was funded by McDonald's. I'm sorry. Please go on.
Yeah, it was it was funded by McDonald's. And the plot was that there was an ancient Olympic sport that was like removed from the Olympics that let people travel across
The Olympics ARG
multiverse.
funded by McDonald's
And
is so good.
yeah.
What the fuck?
What?
Wow.
It's amazing what they come up with
crazy.
in the
That's
past.
a motherfucking MLM. I don't give a shit. That is crazy. What the fuck?
You guys, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. I'll be right back.
Please go to the bathroom.
Please go.
I thought he was gonna say something so insightful there, and he was like, I'm gonna die. My body's gonna explode.
Oh my god.
I can feel myself actively weakening these muscles the longer I sit here. I am going to have problems.
Sometimes you
when
got to
I'm
put your
older
health
now.
first. You do not want to. You don't
Yeah.
want to mess that up.
I can see that if I keep going down this route in 20 years, I will be needing incontinence underwear. Okay, I gotta go. Like, really. Oh my god.
Man.
This is wait, hold on. Okay, so it's done by McDonald's, and
Yeah, hold on. There's a Wikipedia page.
oh my god, what?
It feels so weird when it has a Wikipedia page.
I
Like,
didn't
it's so
even know that there
it's
was.
officially fake. It's so like the entire concept that this is an entire genre of stuff. The Lost Ring.
2008 to
I
like
love the term initiated by McDonald's. Like they
yeah.
well, we just set it into motion. We just set the dominoes up.
Wow.
You can't blame us for this.
I just
2008 to like 2011 was like the sweet spot of every ad firm really wanted to get in on like viral marketing and ARGs, and a bunch of them
Yeah.
did just like insane bullshit.
Marketing firms are fully beyond the pale. I believe it. Yeah. They'll catch wind of like a fad, and it's like, this is the new way of advertising. Everybody's doing ARGs now. And if you're not doing it, you're losing out. Welcome to Pepsi.
The culture vultures that are marketing firms on God and the fucking Angels. I just had to do a spot. Oh, I probably can't say for who, but I probably definitely, I didn't have to sign anything, but I probably definitely can't say for who because I don't know how radio works
Smart.
at all.
There's almost
but-
always NDAs, yeah.
Okay, so I didn't get the job, so I didn't have to sign anything. However, I don't know
Oh,
if
fuck
it's
it then.
airing, so I don't want to like say anything. Oh, so fuck
Let's not
it.
burn any bridges.
Yeah, I just that's what I'm worried about. So anyway, but I got called to do a spot for a huge corporation. So for a huge corporation, and it was for Black History Month series, and oh my god! But I was saying all of these very black catchphrases. Like run it back, and I'm like, there's no way for me to say this without sounding like a robot. Oh my god! Like,
Oh, that's so tough.
the person who wrote this, their name is Hunter, and they are from like the Poconos. I can't. This is the worst. A trust fund baby wrote this. You've got to be kidding me. Like, is that what ARGs are? Trust fund babies built those? These are crazy.
And that was for McDonald's? No, sorry.
Not anymore. My theory is that they like got dropped by marketing firms after like the recession happened because like there haven't been as many since then.
Oh yeah, I bet there was a wild time, like there's a lot of coke going around as a bunch of marketing guys were like, this is tabletop gaming for us, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure. There was Audi did one that like won awards. They had people
Wow.
Oh yeah. It's called Art of the Heist. We covered it on Argonauts. They had people sneak into car dealerships and break into Audis on the showroom floor to get clues.
That's so funny.
It was crazy. They paid for a bunch of people to go to Coachella.
Wow.
Whoa. This is
I can't wait for the ARG that is essentially like a Shadowrun style, like one corporation sabotaging another. Like this is the Pepsi ARG where you destroy Coca-Cola freestyle machines with a bat because there's a clue inside that we hid.
I have really good news for you. Max, I have incredible news for you. Andrew and I ran that ARG. Andrew and I ran a fake Pepsi ARG.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to cut some of this into the end of the episode somehow.
That's okay.
I don't know how. And that bell means this week's meeting of the Afterschool Anime Club has come to a close. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you, and if you want to follow us online, you can at Afterschool Anime Pod on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at MaxNewland_Stevie. How about you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as a smattering on both platforms.
And Max, how about you?
And you can find me on Twitter at Max_Tax. Come say hi.
Marn?
You can find me on Twitter at Corpse Survivors.
Cool beans. Since our show is still new, the best thing you can do is leave a 5-star review. We still don't have that many reviews. It'd be great if we could have more. And if you leave one that's funny and entertaining, I will read it on the air. And I believe I promised to do it in a Kuwabara voice last time.
Yeah, you did.
If you write it as Kuwabara, we'll do it in a Kuwabara voice.
Yeah, write it as Kuwabara.
Sure.
I'll do it as a Kuwabara voice, so long as you don't have any chicken-headed shit.
No chicken-headed shit,
not.
please.
Please.
Nope. No, thank you.
Please.
Remain hardline.
Yeah, that's the one boundary we have. We probably have more boundaries than that, but the only one that you need to know right now is that we do not tolerate chicken-headed shit, so don't bring it over here.
The rest, we'll talk about that later. And again,
yeah, we'll tell you later.
We're so glad we got to spend this time with you. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the next meeting.
Don't stop now, don't let it slip away. Oh no, live it up while you can and don't delay. Oh no, for the fleeting dreams, they never stay.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42.
Andrew, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Marn. So I'm playing through an alternate reality game, and there's a number station puzzle that we just can't solve.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I tried everything else, and I figured that the best way to solve it would be to get into its head and think like a number station. I've been saying numbers into microphones for hours.
Okay, well, I think I have a better idea.
What's that?
You could just listen to the Argonauts podcast. Every 2 weeks, I could let you know the ins and outs of old ARGs and give you a deep dive on how they were created.
Do you think we could have a nuanced discussion about game making philosophy and how cultures around games have changed as well?
Yeah, and you can definitely continue to fail to solve old arcs along the way.
Well, it sure would be cool if that was a podcast you could find among with a bunch of other great shows over on the Moonshot Network.
You know, it sure would.
Well, cool. Thanks for the invite. Anyways, I'm going to get back to this, though. 23, 19.
Okay,